Hi, welcome to Eric's Movie Corner. I'm Eric, and I'm here to talk about movies. Let's do it. Today, we're going to be talking about the 1984 horror comedy classic, Gremlins. This movie is significant for a couple of different reasons. In general, it is significant because it is one of the movies that inspired the PG-13 rating. It did not exist in 1984 when this movie came out. However, this movie and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom both received a PG rating, and the MPAA thought maybe there should be something in between PG and R because they weren't severe enough to merit an R rating, but they thought a PG might be a little light for these movies. So Gremlins is one of the movies that inspired the PG-13 rating to come about. This is also significant on a personal level to me because this is one of two movies ever that has given me a nightmare. And you might think that's silly. I think it's a little silly myself. However, it's true. I have watched, let me tell you people, at this point, I've watched a whole bunch of movies, and I have seen some stuff. Oh, buddy. I have seen all sorts of disturbing acts portrayed on screen and not had nightmares. But for some reason, Gremlins got under my skin, and I ended up having a nightmare. If you're curious, the other movie that gave me a nightmare is Tremors. Oddly enough, apparently, the PG-13 stuff gets to me. Well, I can watch the hard R stuff all day long and not have a nightmare. Don't know what that says about me. Anywho, Gremlins stars Zach Galligan and Phoebe Cates. And this is a Christmas time story. Dad goes out in Chinatown and finds a mogwai, which is a cute little creature you'll see when I start running through clips, and brings it home to his son Billy as a Christmas present. However, there are 3 rules you got to follow with Mogwai. Keep them away from bright lights. They don't like bright lights. Don't get them wet. And don't feed them after midnight. Because Billy's a total screw-up. He blows it on those rules. So, thus the movie. This movie is interesting. When it came out in 1984, there was no CGI. So, all the Gremlins were animatronic, and each one of them cost $30,000 to $40,000 to make. So when the cast would leave every day, they would make everybody open their trunk to make sure they weren't trying to take one of the Gremlins home. Originally, they wanted to try to get chimpanzees to play the Gremlins and dress them up like a gremlin. But apparently, when they tested it, once they put the gremlin head on a chimpanzee, it went absolutely berserk and just about destroyed the set. So they're like, yep, guess not. we'll use puppets. There are rumors going around that this is slated for a remake. I am not anti-remake in general. However, I'm anti-bad remake, so I hope if they do it right. Personally, I would like to see them go darker with it than the original movie. The original movie has a bunch of silliness in it. I think Gremlins are terrifying, man. If you take away the couple of scenes in Gremlins where there's some funny music playing and the Gremlins are dressed up funny, those things are terrifying, man. I wouldn't want to be around one. So we'll see what happens on the remake score. This is a great Christmas horror movie, and I'm going to throw up the spoiler flag now and go through some clips with you. However, just as a note, before we get into the clips, I have done some judicious editing on these clips, both with the video and the audio. You're going to hear the audio drop out on some of these. I'm doing it to try and avoid copyright issues, so bear with me. But nothing's wrong with your computer. I did it on purpose. Sorry if you don't like it, but hey, I'm just trying to make it so everybody will be able to see it. So, now that the spoiler flag is up, we're going to get into some of the scenes from Gremlins. Here we go. So this scene here is where Billy is presented with Gizmo as a present. I kind of chuckled at myself watching this scene because I know that the animatronic creatures in this movie were quite intriguing to the dog that played Barney. So you can see in this scene here, they like actively have to restrain the dog from attacking animatronic Gizmo. Yeah, but here comes Gizmo out of his box.
You're kidding.
He's pretty cute.
Can I pick him up, Dad?
Sure, go ahead. Just be careful. You gotta be gentle.
I will.
I hope he's housebroken.
Yeah, Billy likes him.
Isn't he cute?
He likes Billy. The voice of Gizmo was done actually by Howie Mandel. Believe it or not, he's now known as the Deal No Deal guy. Back in the '80s, he was known as a stand-up comedian, and one of the things he used to do during his bit was a funny voice. So they called him up and said, "Hey, do the voice of this little creature for us," and I think it worked out pretty well. This next scene here is where
Can I hold him?
Sure.
Billy's friend Corey Feldman
He seems pretty cute.
comes over and because they both suck, they break one of the major rules and get Gizmo wet.
Just water.
So they come to discover here that when you get them wet, they reproduce. So that's what's happening in this scene. You had one job, Billy. Damn it. Also, some people ask why Billy's friends with this boy who's much younger than him. Apparently the character Billy was originally written as younger, but then they aged him up so that he could have a girlfriend. Something a little off about these new
1, 2, 3,
agua, isn't there?
5 names. Now can I have one?
Oh, I don't know, Pete.
Hey, look at that one's got a cute little stripe on its head.
Oh yeah, the one with the stripe is so cute. Idiot. Yeah, so that's a scene where they figure out they can reproduce. And then, because Billy sucks, actually, it's not entirely his fault. The Gremlins tricked him and severed the cord to his electric alarm clock, which isn't something I see much anymore these days. But nevertheless, he feeds them after midnight. And the whole feed after midnight thing is kind of dumb when you think about it, because really, when you stop and think about it, isn't it always after midnight? I mean, what? When does it change? Whatever. I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, they get fed after midnight. Yeah, Gizmo. Uh-oh is right.
Yeah? Mom, could you come up here, please?
Ugh. Slimy little cocoons.
I want you to bring the vacuum cleaner upstairs for me. What are they?
And Billy calls her his mommy because he can't take care of himself. So eventually these cocoons hatch and unleash the gremlins onto the world. Billy had taken one to his school professor to investigate, which is why he's not at home when this all starts. But right here, the mom has an encounter with some gremlins. I like Billy's mom, man, especially after this scene. So she hears something, she's going to investigate. Now, the original draft of the script actually had the gremlins kill Billy's mom, chop off her head, and throw it down the stairs. Whoa, buddy, that would be a little much. So I'm glad they made the change, and this scene came out the way that it did, because I like it better.
Yes. Billy, are you okay? Where are you?
Mom, they hatched. Get out of the house.
Billy's wanting to get out of the house.
Mom? Mom?
Billy, where?
Now, creepy Christmas music. And that's one of the things I chopped out. Might have some copyright issues with that.
Do you see what I song? A song.
Ooh, put the music on.
With a voice.
Here we get our first real good look at one. Ugh, man. Ugh, God. These things give me the creeps.
Yum, yum.
Oh, she's got a plan. Whoa, there goes Gremlins. Gremlin gets all over the kitchen. I wouldn't want to clean that up. But wait, there's more. Very defensive about her kitchen. Oh, man. Oh, huh. Yikes. Don't get Billy's mom mad. And then this is one of the classic moments in the movie right here. Oh, it's so gross. Splat. Oh. So the moral of the story is, don't mess with Billy's mom. She will take you out. So at this point, they've taken them all out except for Stripe, and Billy's trying to get him to try and stop this whole horrific sequence of events. And Stripe is headed to the local rec center and is at the pool. Oh boy. What's in a pool? Water. Lots and lots of water. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah, Billy, run away. Run away. That's the good call. Run the hell away. You don't want to be there when that gets done. After he falls in a pool and reproduces with lots more gremlins, this shot is actually the one that made it into my nightmare. Yeah, so this is the only scene in the movie I believe that uses stop motion rather than animatronics. But yeah, this invaded my nightmares. Stripe. Hey, come on, guys, let's go. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of gremlins. Apparently, at one point, the studio gave notes to the director Joe Dante and producer Steven Spielberg saying there were too many gremlins in the movie. And Steven Spielberg suggested that they take them all out and rename the movie People. It's good to be Steven Spielberg. You should check this movie out if you haven't seen it already. It's really a whole lot of fun if you're into horror comedy. I would personally like to see it in a remake go more horror than comedy, but that's just my personal preference. So yeah, thanks for stopping by to listen to me talk about Gremlins. If you enjoyed this, please give it a like below. Hit the subscribe button so you can see more stuff that I post. And if you want to know exactly when that happens, hit the notification bell and you'll get a little notification every time I post something new. So I appreciate your support. Thanks for stopping by Eric's Movie Corner. Come back next time.